Okay, so I wanted to address the issue of voting and homelessness, which gets overlooked a lot of times. So when people are displaced, be that from anything, be that from a domestic abusive marriage, a fire, a flood, anything, they lose their vital records. And so when you're homeless, you don't have an address. And so a lot of times there's various degrees and placements of homelessness. So there's people who are homeless living with somebody else because they can't afford a place to live, which there's a growing population of people who just plain can't afford a place to live. There's also people who are homeless from marriage and from divorce. So when a judge awards a house to an ex-husband, be that an abusive ex-husband for whatever reason, why a judge would do that, I don't know. But it happens. Then one party or the other is homeless. So you have a wife, an ex-wife then who becomes homeless, or in another way, the man becomes homeless. So you have transient homeless too, which is United States military. So they are coming from overseas, and then they become displaced temporarily until they get into government quarters. Well, that's paid for by the appropriated funding, which some people call it taxpayer money, others don't. I know when I was a military spouse, I used to kind of joke about it and said we were living on welfare, but we were taken care of. And so I felt that was a time I felt comfortable because of the fact that we were taken care of. But with inflation and everything going on now, we have a rising population of the private sector causing inflation, just raising prices just because, for whatever reason, because there's no cap on prices, So that's the basic services that we need, which is a place to live, a place to, and people just assume that welfare is going to help, which they don't. And so related to homelessness and voting, let's go back to that. And so in divorce, then you don't know the outcome of what the divorce is going to be. Then a decision is made. So it's like you can't even predict. And so for people who are old or a person who has no family around, it's next to impossible for them to move out of a house just on a moment's whim. And so this is why people don't trust the court system, have gained, this is why there's a lack of a trust for the court system and politics when this takes place, when you can't transition smoothly, without an attorney or someone telling you how things are going to end and being straightforward.